Hey, what's up, True Word family? Welcome back to another mind-blowing reaction video. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that is sure to spark some intense discussions. Some say I cannot be a Christian and play Reacher. You definitely don't want to miss this, so buckle up and let's jump right into it. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our thought-provoking content. We love exploring different perspectives based on scriptural principles, so get ready for an intriguing ride today.
I love playing Reacher. I love telling this story. I love playing a character who creates a kind of moral ambiguity that we should struggle against as we consider whether or not what he's doing is good all the time or morally right. I think that kind of thing is fun and fascinating, and I think escaping to that world as an audience, hopefully it's as enjoyable for you as it is for me to help bring it to life. But it's funny to me how a lot of people criticize me, supposed Christians especially criticize me for playing Reacher, as if the only TV that should exist is seeing people silently folding their hands in the pew of a church. I mean, what kind of stories are we supposed to tell? If you look at Scripture, what do you find? You see 1,000 years of an infinitely holy God holding tension with human beings as he tells the story of who he is, reveals who he is through an imperfect people. So we get stories of paganism and a war and bloodshed and ghost stories, mysticism. We see miracles and magic, and we see life and resurrection and death. And we see this incredible canvas where God is completely unafraid to tell the story of who he is through less than morally ambiguous characters, through pure evil sometimes, you know? So I think it's laughable when people criticize me for playing characters that are not like saintly, you know? That's not my job, and I don't think God cares about only telling those kinds of stories. I think we can start conversations and we can reach people through these mediums in a way that I think God enjoys. And so here we are now, where we can get to the heart of the matter, where God has built a platform because of this show for me, where I can reach people who maybe don't think about these things all the time. And maybe for those who are struggling or feel lost or want to try something new, they can find something that brings them hope, like my faith has mine. And so to go back to the heart of the matter, I think we only have to look at the first two verses of the Bible to see who God is, the purpose of what he's doing, and what he wants to do in your life, and where that tension exists once humanity enters the equation. In verse 1, we get this. Now, God created the heaven and the earth, the heavens and the earth. We see that God is a creator. But what kind of creator? We go to verse 2 to find out. It says, now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters representing chaos. The earth formless and empty. The Hebrew word for formless and empty is tovu vavohu. It means wild and waste. There was nothing but wild and waste in the beginning. We sort of skip over the Big Bang and we've got the planets forming and coalescing, but it's wild and waste. There's no good there yet. There's nothing usable. It's empty. And God's Spirit is hovering over the waters. And out of that, he creates a garden that is enviable among angels and man, the Garden of Eden. He creates humanity. He begins this saga that is epic, an epic saga of love out of the wild and the waste. And I think that is exactly what God intended in the first two verses of the Bible to be revealed, that he is a good creator, and that out of the wild, the waste, and the empty of your life, he can create a garden if you let him. But the difficulty is the fact that when God wills himself over creation and says, out of this wild and waste, just with my breath, I will animate goodness and gardens and sunsets and sunrises and humanity that will learn slowly how to love each other. When it comes to people, he's a little standoffish because he doesn't want to breach free will, because he wants to respect the fact and see what you do with this opportunity to invite the Spirit in that hovers over you, or to try to do it on your own and stay in the wild and the waste and be the king and Lord over the emptiness. Would you rather be the king and the God of the emptiness and the wild and the waste, or would you rather participate under one who is the infinite, holy, good creator of all, in his garden, participate in that garden? That is the question that we face in the first two verses of the Bible. That is the heart of the matter. And when we are distracted with other questions of like, can you possibly be a Christian and play a character like Reacher? We're missing that moment, that confrontation that God is waiting for in all of our lives. And for some of us, it comes sooner than others. I hope if you haven't confronted that question yet, that this conversation helps bring you to it sooner. Do you want to be the God of emptiness, wild, and waste? Or do you want to be a servant in a garden?
Some argue that being a Christian and playing the character of Reacher are incompatible due to the violent nature of the role and the moral conflicts it may present. Christianity promotes values of peace and forgiveness, which may seem contradictory to the actions and mindset of a character like Reacher. The character often finds himself in morally ambiguous situations which may challenge a Christian actor's principles. However, others argue that acting is a profession that requires individuals to step into various roles, and as long as the actor maintains a clear distinction between their on-screen persona and personal life, they can separate their Christian values from the character they are playing. Ultimately, the compatibility between being a Christian and playing the character of Reacher is subjective and depends on the individual. And there you have it. What an eye-opening journey we just had. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a thumbs up and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with the perspectives discussed, or do you have your own take on the matter? Before you go, make sure to check out some of our other mind-expanding videos linked in the description section. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join the True Word family. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep those neurons firing. See you in the next video.